Hey everybody, I'm so happy to be here. I made it. We're here to talk about looking at visibility differently. And what do I mean by that? Right? Because I already talk about how we have to get past the whole idea of marketing being what visibility is about. Because for so many of us, it really is about more than that, right? It's about we have to figure out how to find that courage to be seen. And so we already talk about that. And we talk about it a lot because we know that's important to us. What am I trying to say now that's going to say, let's look at it differently? We've already established it's more than marketing. Great. What is it that we're looking at differently besides that? Besides finding that courage and battling our fears of putting ourselves out there? Exactly that. We're looking at not thinking of visibility as being about us, right? Not overthinking, oh my God, I'm going to put myself out there and people are going to think this about me and people are going to judge me like this. And who am I to be doing this? All of these things that go through our head when we start thinking about visibility, it's all focused on us. But think of it this way when we start to think of it and look at it differently, we were given a message or a skill set that we were meant to share, to put out there in the world to help people. And there are people right now that's looking for you so that you can help them with what it is they need to do. There are people right now looking for a new job that needs someone to work with them to help them understand how to have the confidence and present themselves confidently and communicate confidently and be able to share what they know they can do to help that company so that they can have their dream job, their dream job. There's somebody looking for that right now. And if you're hidden, they can't get the help they need, right? There's someone right now that can only hear what you say from you. And if you're hidden, they can't hear it. They won't get that message. And I know that sounds really funky, like, yeah, okay. Sure. Sometimes when people are trying to hear a message, I was telling this person that this person had they had lost someone close to them. They had lost their wife and they were really struggling because their wife had passed when they were out of the room. But they had spent the whole morning with them and spent time with them and they were laughing and joking and having a good time, and it was just really good. And then he had to leave the room and she passed. And he had so much guilt, so much guilt. He was telling this story and I said to him, you know, your wife didn't want you to see her pass. She wanted you to remember her the way she was. And that's why she waited till you left. Y'all had such a good time together, and there was nothing for you to feel guilty about. She wanted you to remember her and her laughter and knowing that she loved you. Yes, exactly. See, Fran saying that's what her dad did. She wanted you to remember her a specific kind of way. And I said that to him, and he nodded his head and he said, yes. But it didn't register because I wasn't the person that needed to say it to him. A few months later, I saw that same guy again, and he was much better and feeling much more relieved. He had joined a church group, and when they spoke to him, they explained exactly what I said, but they said it in a way that he could hear it. Because sometimes it's not the words, it's who's saying it. It's not the words, it's how it's being said by the person that's saying it. Because everything about you communicates your message. Who you are, how you look, how you speak, what you say, the words you choose, it all communicates your message. So there are some people that can only hear what you have to say, that can only hear what it is you do from you. See? And Fran's saying her dad did the same thing. He waited till her and her mom left before he passed. Because some people want you to remember them the way they are. And some people can only hear their message from you. So if you're saying something that someone needs to hear and they can't find you, your visibility is not just hurting you, it's hurting them. It's hurting your ideal client because they can't find you. One of my favorite shows used to be Once Upon a Time. It's a fairy tale of about if fairy tales were real. In the story, at one point, Regina, who's the evil queen, has a chance at finding true love and living a different life. But she was too scared. When she found the person that she was supposed to meet and she was supposed to go meet him, she was too afraid. And she didn't go. She looked at him and she got scared and she walked away and she went back to what she was doing. And that man was supposed to meet her. He was looking for his true love too. And he didn't find her because she didn't come in. And so he went through life alone and afraid and not having a true love in his life. And she went through life alone and afraid. Neither of them ever got married because they needed each other. And her fear of being seen, of being vulnerable, of stepping out, kept them both lost and unhappy. When you think about visibility and you think about you're only looking at half the equation because the other half of that equation is when you're afraid to put yourself out there and you let that fear stop you. You let it keep you hidden and afraid and not putting yourself out there. You lose out. You lose the battle on visibility and of that courageousness that you're needed in that moment. But the people you were supposed to help lose too. The people that needed to see you, needed to hear from you, needed to be part of the people, the crowd that got your message, don't get the message and they lose too. So it's really, really, really critical that you find a way to step out of your comfort zone, to move into your strength, your point, what you're supposed to be doing, the dream that you were given. That was your invitation to go out there and do it. And you need to move out there and do it because someone's waiting to hear your message right now. I recently, because I realized this and I've been watching it and seeing it, and every time that I was afraid to speak, somebody didn't get the help they needed. Somebody didn't hear the lesson they needed to learn. I try every time now to step out, to be where I'm supposed to, and to share what I know, what I've learned, and the message that I've meant to share. What I've done now, because I see it and I see it and I see it, and I know that everybody isn't getting it, is I've created a course so that I can help more people reach it. So I can help more people be able to move forward and get that lesson and be able to understand that they already have everything they need to go out there and anything to get started and anything else they need will be given to them when they need it. They'll gather all the other skills that they need if they would just begin because you can't build that business from the sideline. You can't build it without actually going out there and building it. And so once you get started building it, everything else that you need to know, everything else that you need to learn, everything else that you need to get will be there for you. So this is why I started this course. And I am inviting you to check it out. The course is not going to launch until ah, yes, who needs that's beautiful, friend. That is a beautiful thought. Fran said something for a daily post-it note. Who needs to hear my message today? Because somebody needs to hear it. My new course, 10 Principles of Visibility, is going to help you get there and it's going to help you find less fear. It's going to help you move out and step out of that fear that's keeping you stuck. And so I really want people to check it out. The course doesn't start till April 17th, but people that grab it now will get a 50% discount. All you have to do is put in the code early bird and it will give you a steep discount, 50% off. All right. I want you guys to check it out because you got to look at visibility different. You got to understand that it's not about you. It's about the people you were meant to serve and they need to hear you. They need to see you and they need you to do it now. That's my message for today. I hope you guys got something out of it, and I will talk to you next time. All right. Bye. I love you guys. Love you. Love you.